Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on 3 ways to help expand your photography portfolio style. This is all to do with the developing of your style with photography and finding new ways to branch out and keep experimenting with your work. Now, these 3 tips are just something that I've found personally has helped in the past few years when developing my style. So I really hope it'll help you guys as well. Let's get into it straight away. The first tip that I have is to shoot a genre inside your genre, if that makes sense. So, for example, I shoot fashion photography. There are lots of little genres underneath that umbrella. It could be swimwear, it could be e-commerce, beauty, lots of different things. So I think it's always good if you're wanting to branch out and you're finding that a lot of your work is kind of same, find new things to do within your genre. So maybe do a few beauty images, maybe try out some swimwear shots. It's always a really good way to help develop your style as a photographer, but also your variety of work and show that you can do more than just one thing in your portfolio. I think that's really important overall. Tip number 2 is to learn some more retouching tips. I've found this helps amazingly well. So I find that sometimes when I'm stuck with retouching and I find like I'm just doing the same thing over and over again, I get onto YouTube and I start watching some retouching tutorials from different photographers and retouchers. And honestly, sometimes in one video, even if it's only just one tip that you learn, sometimes it can make all the difference with your work and you start doing things a completely different way, which might better your work. So I really recommend getting onto different types of retouching. And the thing is with Photoshop, there is no specifically right, wrong way to retouch, and there's lots of different ways you can retouch using certain tools in different ways. So I think it's really good to keep your knowledge going with that sort of thing and keep improving with thinking outside the box, even with Photoshop and retouching. Sometimes it can make all the difference in your photos. And tip number 3 is to make more contacts within your industry. This isn't a particularly obvious point when you're thinking about developing your style, but it can make such a difference. Even just making a new contact, such as a stylist, can completely transform your work. If their style is much more fashion orientated than maybe someone that you've used before, which is a little bit more commercial, not as much high fashion, that can completely transform your portfolio. So I think making more contacts and branching out to different people, even other photographers, to learn from them and find out what they're doing, and you can sort of get inspired by that, and it might inspire you to do those sorts of things in your own work. So I think to branch out with your portfolio, making contacts is actually one of the most important points I think I could probably tell you, because there's just so many people that you work with fashion photography in particular. So the ways to branch out with your style are kind of endless when you're working with so many different people. But yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any tips on how to develop your style and really think outside the box on your next photo shoot, feel free to put them in the comment section below and let me know. And thanks again for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!